Let's be real for a minute. Games are getting massive lately. Black Myth Wukong came out recently, and that takes up 130 gigabytes of space. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, that's another 75 gigabytes. Microsoft Flight Simulator, 127 gigabytes. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, that's another 155 gigabytes. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, that's another 150. Baldur's Gate, another 150. Horizon Forbidden West, the Complete Edition, 150 gigabytes. I think you see where this is going. If you're gaming on just 1 or 2 terabytes of space, your digital library will fill up fast. This creates several unique problems, especially if you're on a metered internet connection where downloading one game could potentially hit your monthly cap. Whenever you want to download a new game, you'll have to do some inventory management of your storage, and you have to pick a game that you're willing to delete just to make space. But what if you didn't have to delete any of your games? You'd need a massive storage, but something fast enough to handle those 4K Ultra textures. That's where the 8TB SN850X from Western Digital Black enters the picture. This has everything that you need to be the ultimate storage solution for your gaming library. PCIe 4.0 speeds, sequential write speeds up to 6600 megabytes per second, sequential read speeds up to 7200 megabytes per second, and this one even comes with a heatsink to keep it running nice and cool, which even comes with an ARGB LED on it. And this form factor will fit easily in any PC or PlayStation 5. But while being the ultimate solution for gaming storage, the price at $899 could be a drawback for many gamers, since this SSD can cost more than the PS5 Pro. At least for now. What we've seen over the last few years is a dramatic decrease in NVMe SSD prices, where you can get 2 terabytes for a little over $100 these days. With enterprise-level SSD sizes topping 64 terabytes and well over $12,000, you can expect to see those massive sizes start to trickle down to the consumer market over the next few years, and you'll see 8 terabyte drives like this one become the norm in builds in the years to come. Today's bleeding edge can become tomorrow's standard. Now, I took this drive and I installed my entire Steam library, which is something that I've never done before, simply because I've never really had to have every single game that I own installed all at once. My internet has always been fast enough to just download another game whenever I want, and even with some 150 gigabyte games taking up almost an hour to download, I would call myself patient. Also, as a gamer in my 30s, frankly, I don't have the time to play through every single game in my library, though that doesn't stop me from going all out on every Steam sale. I'll play those games someday. All of this is to say, I went ahead and I downloaded my entire Steam library, and I thought I would fill this drive up. I barely hit 3 terabytes. And that's including some of the massive games I had mentioned before. Black Myth Wukong, Jedi Survivor, all of the Halo games and the Master Chief Collection, that's another big one. Now, all in, I have about 118 games that I installed for my Steam library, which is still a moderately sized collection. I guess with my Steam library capped out, might as well turn my sights onto other game launchers. So I installed all of my games from Battle.net, as well as the plethora of games that I got for free from Epic Games Store. Now, some games are duplicates in the Epic Games Store from what I have in Steam, and I prefer the Steam version since I have a Steam Deck, so that just makes, everything much easier. Even with these other libraries, I'm still not filling up this drive. It's actually insane how much I can keep on here. The drive is only halfway full with every game that I own currently installed. So I guess this means I'll have to go all out on the next Steam sale. Now, I had mentioned metered connections before, and that is something people run into all over the country. And that's where a massive drive like this can be handy. If you already downloaded a game, you'd hate to have to delete it to make space for a new game. And having to re-download the game down the line, eating up your bandwidth and hitting your monthly cap, it's just a big headache. With a storage this massive, you can easily digitally hoard every game you've ever bought. And while, yes, affordable hard disk drive options have been around in this capacity, and they're also very affordable, what you're getting here is sheer speed. With things like direct storage, games are getting better optimized for faster drives. So you get next to no loading times, and you get more bandwidth for those higher resolution textures. And remember, this is not just for PC gamers. Console gamers can take advantage of this drive, and it'll fit perfectly in your PS5 or soon-to-be PS5 Pro. The heatsink model will fit into your PS5. Something else that I really want to mention is that this drive isn't just for gamers. This can be for creators who do need fast storage for all of that footage that you need to load into your editing programs. Also, you can use this as a portable storage if you really want, though the heatsink variant isn't going to fit very well in a portable drive like this for your NVMe SSD, so you might want to get the non-heatsink version. Either way, very fast storage like this does have numerous applications, but Western Digital black drives are typically marketed more towards gamers, and to be perfectly frank, when it comes to gaming, they are getting bigger and bigger, so a drive like this is something you really need. So take advantage of the form factor of this SN850X from Western Digital Black, and you can get this at your local microcenter. And if you don't have a microcenter near you, remember to comment #IWantAMicroCenter near me.